They patrolled our oceans for over 400 million years. Apex predators, movie villains, and every surfer's worst nightmare. But now the sharks are fighting back. After decades of slaughter for their fins, the tide has turned, and humans are no longer the only hunters. Tonight on Four Corners, we dive into a world where the victims are fighting back, where global trade, cultural traditions, and criminal networks collide, and where the survival of one of the ocean's most ancient creatures hangs in the balance. This is the shark war we never saw coming.
Shark finning is wasteful and brutal. We're losing keystone species at a pace the ocean can't recover from.
Tonight, I sit down with the stakeholders in this conflict to find out what's really going on.
Shark finning is an illegal practice in which sharks are caught, their fins are then sliced off, and the bodies are discarded, often still alive. The fins are highly prized, used in dishes like shark fin soup, marketed as a symbol of wealth and even touted as a medicinal tonic. Each year, it's estimated that tens of millions of sharks are finned, contributing to a global decline of 70% over the past 50 years in shark populations. Without sharks, marine ecosystems lose balance, prey species explode, coral reefs degrade, and fisheries collapse. But sharks are fighting back.
Justice for sharks! Justice for sharks! Justice for sharks! Justice for sharks!
Shark finning is a critical issue because of its strong links between society and the environment. Sharks are keystone predators that regulate marine ecosystems by maintaining balance among competitors and supporting species diversity. Without sharks as a keystone species, the ecosystem can change or disappear. This can be seen in the example of the North Atlantic, where the decline of great white sharks contributed to an overpopulation of mid-level predators, which then caused a decline in scallops, oysters, and clams. The issue of shark finning is therefore a direct threat to the health of marine species.
This isn't just conservation, it's economics, culture and survival. Tourism losing billions, fisheries collapsing, and coastal communities lose food security. The shark crisis isn't undersea anymore, it's at our doorstep.
The practice of shark finning affects a diverse and wide range of stakeholders. The most immediate of these are the sharks themselves. Targeted for their fins and discarded, sharks experience immense suffering as they are often alive when finned and left to drown. Their populations faces severe decline. As apex predators, their loss has profound ecological consequences for marine environments as it disrupts food webs and destabilizes prey fish populations which threaten marine health. Sharks also have a long life history trait, meaning they are slow to reach maturity, and this reflects a population that, when overfished, cannot rebound easily. Fishing communities are another key stakeholder in coastal regions, as shark finning is an attractive economic proposal. Shark fins are worth approximately 10 times more than the shark meat itself, so it's better for fishermen to discard of the shark bodies rather than keep them. However, reliance on shark fins for income is precarious, as the overexploitation of shark populations will undermine the longevity of this approach. In a broader scale, the global seafood industry drives demand for shark fin soup, which sustains the need for this practice to occur. While certain markets support the practice, the growing understanding of the unsustainable nature of finning and animal cruelty grows, and the practice is facing criticism. Governments and regulators play an important role in managing the trade of shark fins, and many governments around the world, including Australia and the EU, have banned shark finning as a trade. But governments must navigate enforcement problems like limited resources, and international trade can be difficult to manage. Another stakeholder is NGOs and conservationists who push for bans, sustainable alternatives, and greater public awareness of the importance of shark fin ecosystems. Finally, the broader public needs to be considered, as they are the ones driving demand.
Shark finning occurs because of demand. Shark fins fetch hundreds of dollars per kilo, priced in Southeast Asia.
Listen, I don't even like shark fin soup, the most expensive thing on the menu, and I like money.
The leading driver is consumer demand. Shark fins are most notably used for shark fin soup, a luxury dish once reserved for Chinese emperors. Today, it is still served at weddings, corporate banquets, and other important gatherings as a symbol of wealth and status. This cultural significance creates a tension between conservation and tradition, complicating international regulation. High demand drives up prices across Asia, sustaining both legal and illegal trade. Despite bans in many countries, millions of sharks are killed each year, with most sourced from unmanaged fisheries. This combination of high market value and weak enforcement encourages fisheries to target sharks or retain them as bycatch, showing how demand, economic incentives, and poor regulation interact to perpetuate the trade. After demand, the second driver of shark finning is profit. For small-scale fishers, sharks mean quick cash.
This is my shark. I finned it. I didn't want to, but I didn't have a choice. I need to feed my family.
A choice? I didn't get one.
Biological characteristics exacerbate the problem. Many shark species grow slowly, mature late, and produce few offspring, making populations highly vulnerable to overfishing and slow to recover. Finally, pop cultural narratives also play a role. Media portrayals, including films like Jaws, often depict sharks as violent killers, fostering widespread fear and misunderstanding. These narratives distort public perception of sharks' ecological importance and, in some cases, justify their continued slaughter.
The third driver is trade structures, weak laws, easy loopholes. Shark fins slip across borders undetected.
Finning saved my family.
And finally, prestige. As middle classes grow, so does demand for luxury foods. Status drives extinction. Together, consumer demand, economic incentives, biological vulnerability, and cultural narratives are driving a trade that is inherently unsustainable. Addressing the crisis requires solutions that consider cultural, economic, and social drivers in order to be both effective and socially equitable. I'm here at the Australian National University, where the sharks are biting back, and a few students have gone to show their support. Why is this issue important to you?
I believe in standing with the sharks. This is my friend. Is this how you treat your friends? I won't stand for it. Not anymore.
Do you care to comment on this issue?
Now we have explored the pervasive issue of shark finning. The question remains, how will we solve it, and what does a good solution look like? Firstly, it ensures an ecological impact, a credible near-term reduction in shark mortality and high-risk bycatch, proved by routinely gathered evidence. Secondly, it must secure cultural legitimacy and continuity. We must find dignified fin-free celebration pathways that are actually adopted and perceive positive feedback from those cultural communities. Thirdly, there needs to be assurances of economic fairness for fishers, wholesalers, restaurants, and other stakeholders that rely on shark fins as a primary source of income. Fourthly, governance, enforcement, and traceability must close loopholes from boat to bowl. The shark finning market is predominantly illegal, and authorities all over the globe struggle to enforce their laws, putting a threshold on real change being made. Finally, monitoring, transparency, and time to impact. There must be continuous assessments of the solution and its impact, leaving room for change in strategy if deemed necessary. If this criteria is met, it will ensure a realistic, culturally respectful, economically fair, and enforceable pathway that will demonstrably reduce shark populations' decline.
As conceptualized by Joseph P. Overton, change can only occur when societal values align with required actions.
In this episode, we've explored the ins and outs of the illegal shark finning industry. We've explored the drivers, we've interviewed with stakeholders, and that leaves us with one final question. What innovative solutions could help prevent ecological harm from shark finning in global trade networks? We'll see you 8 a.m. Wednesday.
This isn't just about sharks, it's about us, and whether we sink or swim.